start out by a slideshow that lovely Luella Allen of Luella Allen Photography, my good friend, put together, and then we'll start from there. And then I'm going to share a tribute that one of Guy's colleagues from Sri Lanka, one of his business colleagues, wanted to share. And then I'll open it up from there for anyone who wants to stand up and share any memories about Guy. And then we'll go from there.
You're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. 'Cause you're a sky full of stars. 'Cause you light up the path. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you. You're a sky full of stars. I wanna die in your arms. Cause you get lighter the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I see you. I think I see
his name is Dr. Singh. Lives in Sri Lanka, and he's a General Secretary of the Asia Pacific Association of Psychology and President of Sri Lankan Association of Psychology, and he's a CEO of Body Mind Relief Center in New York. And we both met him in Sri Lanka when Guy did a keynote address. He was a keynote speaker at a conference. And he goes, this tribute. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, some have greatness thrust upon them. Dr. Guy Joseph Ale achieved greatness, and greatness was thrust upon him. He was born in Georgia, reared in Central Asia and Israel, established his foot in the United States of America, where he acquired his DBA in Business Administration. Diverse countries and cultures paved him the way to find a correct path. Yes, he was an independent thinker and followed his own philosophy of life. He traveled, he read, he wrote, he talked, and innovated others inspiringly. He had written experimentally and revolutionarily. He had an innovative insight. When Professor Lakshman Madhur Singh introduced him to me in the year 2010, he shared that man, if leads his life in a correct way, he can experience and enjoy his maximum lifespan, unless environmental factors attack him. Of course, yes, unavoidable circumstances, environmental factors attacked him. His neurological disorder attacked him, bringing lasting grief to our hearts and minds. He was one of the keynote speakers at the first international conference on psychology held in Colombo, Sri Lanka in 2011. He said that experiencing optimal lifespan does not belong to a philosophical discipline, but experimental psychology. On my personal invitation, he joined the International Psychological Congress held in Punjab, India, headed by Professor Jitendra Mohan in the year 2015. His loving wife, Teresa Mishler, also joined him. He is an intellectual, but also an emotional. I noticed it when I was addressing the 2015 conference in Punjab about how we do not care and forget the deserving, suffering individuals everywhere. He shared that his eyes got wet with tears. We were able to renew our friendship by playing jokes. His smiles came from the bottom of his heart. His words were truthful. His thoughtfulness was genuine and was ready to render his help and supportive hand to anyone who sought his assistance. Dr. Guy Joseph Ale, your depart from us brings great loss to our Asia Pacific Association of Psychology, where you held position as the vice president for nearly 7 years. My dear friend, Dr. Guy Joseph Ale, always when you wrote to me, you had shown firm faith in the Almighty God. Permit me to pray to the Almighty God to grant you eternal happiness and peace, and Dr. Teresa Mishler's loved ones' hearts be consoled.
Guy's gonna be missed tremendously, super sweet, love that guy. Like me, Chris, and him would meet up for lunch often at this place called Scaff's, so it'll definitely be a new experience going to Scaff's from here on out for me, and I'm sure Chris, and a unique one, but kind of a special place that we can go there and still share some, as it were, there with Guy. And I know that when you came into his life, like he was a different guy as well. Like,
in a good way.
So but you could see the fulfillment, and then he found his place in his writing and everything that he was working on. And he was just at such a perfect, happy point in his life, fulfilled in love, and like is achieving all those accolades that he's been getting and everything he's been working on. It's all like very impressive, and I wish he was still around. We could be celebrating the book and things like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know Guy intimately or closely, but somehow I'm deeply affected by his loss. his dying. I haven't gone to some close friends' memorials, which I regret and strikes me hard today. We all know that life is fragile and unpredictable, that loss is painful. At my father's memorial, I was the comedian. I lightened things up, and one never knows where one will be in your own life when somebody leaves. I met Guy as an actor in a play reading. I think the name of the play was The Arab-Israeli Cookbook. So I think he was in his element. He struck me as such a talented actor, and I keep using these words that they're probably politically incorrect or something, but he reminded me of having gone through the Israeli army, and he was always this swarthy, is the word, Israeli man. And even at the distance that I live in Echo Park in Los Angeles, and I'd see him rarely, but he always asked me for my opinion on whatever artistic project he was working on. And somehow you meet somebody and stay in touch and respect and admire that person. I think I came to your wedding reception
Yes.
At your apartment, and that was the last time I saw you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But I feel sad. It was so unexpected, and he was so healthy, and that smile was so radiant. And it bothers me that life is so fickle and unpredictable, and that we're so powerless in the face of life's events. So I'm not a crier, but my heart is rent and my tears are internalized. And I'm sad for this man that I only know in passing. But driving up from here from Echo Park to Topanga, all the losses resonate with me, as I'm sure yours do, when you lost your mother and your father and your husband and wife and girlfriend and son. And death is part of life, you know. We don't learn that too well in our culture. But my wife is Indonesian, and the Day of the Dead in that lovely little movie Coco showed you that spirits come to visit and you internalize those who are lost. So Guy's not gone, he's with us, each in our own way. So I came up here to share my presence and respect for him, and to my condolences to his family and to Teresa, and to thank the world for sharing a Guy with us.
The Guy I know now is the one who passed. And just getting these photographs from his friends and going through his Facebook page and looking at all of his life, I feel that it's brought into question how I get to live my life from now moving forward. If that's the gift he has left me with, it's definitely a recharge on how I show up in life. whether I'm going to be Buddha or Einstein at that bar. I'll probably be at that bar. And just reading his obituary and what I would want to be said about my life. He's accomplished so much and has changed so many lives just from the words he speaks, and he spoke everywhere. Going to India and Sri Lanka, and that man wrote about, it's such great acknowledgments. It definitely made me, I feel like I'm meeting him again, from start literally to finish. And anyways, that's all I have to say about that.
When I think of my relationship with Guy, I can't help but think of the term true love story. It was true to life in every sense of the word. It wasn't always perfect, but we were perfect for each other. Guy was the type of person who focused on a goal 100%. When he had his eye set on something, he did whatever it took to achieve it. When we met, it was his goal to win me over, whatever it took. And he didn't give up, even when I wasn't interested. Eventually, he won me over, and I'm so glad that he did. The more I got to know him, the more I realized what a special man he was. He was brilliant, yet humble, wise, caring, sensitive, and funny with a wicked sense of humor. We started a business together, which was our pride and joy, and that business took us all over the world. But looking back, my favorite times with him were the simple times. Watching a movie every Friday, eating together, hiking, or taking a trip to the mountains. Guy was so good to me and treated me like a queen. I understood why he had such a respect for women when I saw him with his mom and sister. They taught him at a young age how to treat women, and it paid off. The 10 years that we had together were the best 10 years of my life. Because of Guy Joseph Ale, I am more confident, self-assured, and aware of my own abilities that I can bring to the world. He may be gone from this world, but his spirit is always with me, rooting me on and telling me to kick butt. On his tombstone in Israel, it reads, "I live here, I live everywhere, now and forever." And he will be with me forever.